When you think of the greatest games of all time, which game comes to mind? Today, we are going to be discussing the greatest video games to ever exist. Keep in mind though, I'm going to be very biased due to my previous gaming experience. Because obviously, I haven't played every single game to ever exist, but I'm going to try and create the best list with my knowledge. Top 10 TS is in the building, and if you want to support my new adventure on YouTube, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. Without further ado, let's get right into it. At the number 10 spot, it may come as a surprise, ladies and gentlemen, but we have our first mobile game making an appearance, and that is Madden Mobile 2016. I know it's a sports game coming out of the gate, but that isn't the only reason it's on this list. In my opinion, this is the second greatest mobile game of all time, not only because of how good the game was, but because of how many people were playing it at the time. I remember sitting in middle school and everybody couldn't wait to get on their phone to grind. With the building your own team aspect, grinding your own challenges, and creating leagues with your best friends, I haven't had many gaming experiences that were better than Madden Mobile 2016. Moving on, going to the number 9 spot, I have Mario Kart. Not many games topped this beast. Not only could you race your friends back in the 90s, but they already had a Mario Kart game with challenges and an end boss. Honestly, I don't have much to say about this game, I just put it on the list because I knew the older generation would appreciate it. I was around 6 years old when I faced my brothers, and let me tell you, memories were made. Overall, a legendary game, and it 100% deserved to be on this list. Coming in at the number 8 spot, we had the last sports game on the list, and that is NBA 2K14. This may come as a surprise to some people, but this was the first sports game that really caught my attention. And it made me want to grind it 24/7. With my favorite player of all time, LeBron James, being on the cover of the video game, and the My Player game mode being significantly upgraded from the previous 2K, it was really just a great time. I am also kind of biased towards this game because this was when my interest in sports was at its peak. So I was heavily invested into the NBA back then, but if any 2K fans are watching this, I'm sure you can agree with me when I say this game deserves to be on this list. Now we have our first COD game making an appearance at the number 7 position. Black Ops 1. Wow. Just wow. From playing Nuketown with the boys until 5 AM to grinding zombies until sunrise, Black Ops 1 will forever be known as one of the greatest games of all time in my books. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't the biggest fan of this game's multiplayer, but I couldn't leave it off the list because the zombie game mode was just too good. I still hear of some people grinding zombies to this day over a decade later. That's how good it was. And once again, this was a game where memories were made. At the number 6 spot, a lot of you guys are going to be surprised, but trust me, you shouldn't be. Mobile games deserve more credit. Clash of Clans is a top 6 game of all time, and there isn't a single human on this earth that could convince me otherwise. I would honestly be pretty embarrassed if someone came up to me and showed me the amount of hours I put into this game. Not to mention how much of my mom's credit card I spent on it back in the day in 4th grade when I was trying to get a better base than all of my friends. Sorry, Mom. Either way though, this game is incredible and I still log on to it at least once a month to this day, and at least once a year I have a month or two where I completely no-life the game because that's how much fun it really is. An honorable mention along with Clash of Clans is Clash Royale. It's a great game as well, but in my opinion, Clash of Clans was always superior. Moving on to the number 5 spot, we have our second Call of Duty, and that is Black Ops 2. Now, unlike Black Ops 1, I actually really loved this game's multiplayer. The loot pool and the maps were almost unmatched. Grinding for the best weapon skins was a different type of grind back in the day. I still remember me playing the bot game modes on Nuketown and Hijack because I had such terrible internet that I couldn't play online a lot of the time, so I would just grind rookie mode and drop 200 bombs. Those were the days. This game absolutely deserved to be on this list. Next up at the number 4 spot, we have Minecraft. Just a goat of a game, if that makes any sense. So much creativity, so many different ways you can play the game. I remember when I was in 3rd grade, my friend told me about this game where you could build a house and craft a torch, and I was so intrigued. Little did I know, that game that he was talking about would go down as one of the best games to ever be created. Not only did we have those moments with all of our buddies on survival mode, but if you're anything like me, you still have that 2-week stint once a year where you get back on the Minecraft grind. Such a fun and unique game that will last forever. That is why it's number 4 on my list as one of the greatest games ever. At the number 3 spot, we have GTA 5. This is self-explanatory in my humble opinion. All the way from the early 2000s and now into the 2020s, GTA is still on top. Believe it or not, if you go on Twitch right now, GTA is usually top 3 in viewership, and it's been out for almost 10 years. The versatility in this game is just incredible. The different things you can do, like missions, heist, car shows, be a CEO, gamble, you name it, you can do it on GTA. That's what makes this game so legendary and worthy of a number 3 spot on this list. Not to mention how they are still regularly updating the game 9 years after its release. Absolutely incredible, but I do have to mention that I cannot wait until GTA 6 comes out, because at the end of the day, that might be the greatest game to ever exist. Coming in at the number 2 spot, I have Modern Warfare 2. MW2, in my opinion, is the greatest Call of Duty game and the second greatest game of all time. I think this game had the best maps and loot pool out of any other COD. The amount of trick shot montages that came out of this game was absolutely unbelievable. And on top of that, FaZe was literally created off of MW2, so that alone should give it this spot. Such a fantastic game, and it lasted for a good amount of time before the hackers took over around 2014. Overall, MW2 deserves to be on the number 2 spot, at least on my list, because I know live this game more than any game I've ever touched. And that includes the next game I'm about to mention. At the number 1 spot, ladies and gentlemen, we have none other than the greatest game to ever be created, Fortnite Battle Royale. I mean, I really can't say enough good things about this game. Obviously, the real prime of it didn't last as long as everyone had hoped, but when it was here, the whole world knew, and it changed gaming forever. The graphics, the weapons, the streamers, the locations, the map, the fun useless items, and the storyline made Fortnite as good as it was. I could sit here and talk about how great Fortnite was, and still is, for another 2 hours, but you guys know, and everyone knows, how good that game really is. If you enjoyed that top 10 list, let me know in the comments below. I plan on doing more top 10 lists in the future, so if you have any suggestions, be sure to drop them down in the comments. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video, and if you want to help me out, be sure to leave a like and join my Discord down below so you don't miss out on the latest news. Before I end off the video though, I have to mention this quote that The Undertaker said, the greatest WWE wrestler of all time, in his Hall of Fame speech. You can't live your life for anyone other than you. Perception is reality. Loyalty and respect go a long way, and never be content. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.